going viral, downloading that 7-figure entrepreneurs templates, or all of the trends are honestly just a distraction from you showing up and attracting your ideal clients. And in this episode, I'm going to show you why and what to do about it so that you're free from trying to keep up with all the trends and instead come from your embodiment, come from your most magnetic self. Hey guys, I am Rachel and I'm the human design and messaging expert. And on this channel, we talk about all things human design, messaging, a little bit of AI. So if that's your thing, please hit the like and subscribe button and stick around because this is what I love talking about. Let's get into this topic of all the trends, following viral hooks, trying to keep up essentially with the Joneses, right? And trying to be on all the platforms and stay consistent. All of that is a distraction from what you know to be true about yourself, what you know to be true about your work. So many of the soul-led entrepreneurs that I work with, the people that are here to make an impact, that are here for like not just the money, like you didn't start a business just for the money. You started it because you wanted to help people and serve people and change their lives, just like you've changed your own life. But we get so caught up in what is supposed to work, how marketing is supposed to be, that we honestly lose sight of our own voice, our own magic. And my gifts, my like soul purpose is helping you reconnect back with your own so that when you write messaging, when you write content, when you write sales pages, when you create offers, you're not only doing it from this place of, I have to do this. That's not where we're going with this. You're coming from a place of, I'm sharing my gifts and I'm doing it in a way that feels really good. In alignment with your most magnetic message, it feels easy. You don't have to overthink. You don't overscript. You don't write a freaking novel and then overthink and then go, well, why aren't people coming to me? Why aren't people DMing me? They must need to be convinced. Or what am I not sharing with them that they need to know in order to buy, and feeling like you have to persuade someone to buy from you. All of that fades away and you just get to show up in your magic, doing what you love. So let's dive into this. How do we actually connect to our authentic, our most magnetic message? I have to say that the human design throat center is probably the most overlooked aspect of your human design, especially when it comes to business and marketing, because it is your throat center, right? It's where you make manifest. It's where your thoughts come to words, right? And when we are not in alignment with that energy and how it's designed to work within your chart, that's when it starts to feel sticky. It starts to feel like, gosh, I feel like I'm not doing this right. Maybe I need to tell stories, or maybe I need to be more consistent. And you start making stories and what it means, right? And I don't want you doing that first and foremost. So let's start with the shadow and how that shows up. The undefined throat and the defined throat, whether you're white or colored in, really does show up differently, and the shadow of it shows up differently as well. If you are undefined, it can feel like you have to be consistent. You have to show up. And so you're forcing yourself and creating all these calendar templates and trying to be as consistent and omnipresent as possible, when that is not how you're designed. You are designed to truly just be present in the moment. And when you feel that intuitive pulse, whether you're a projector, whether you're a generator, a reflector, but feeling that impulse to speak and trusting that what is coming through is enough, and when you speak from that place, you take away that need to push, that need to share right now, right? It is, you can show up, be yourself, and that's it. There's no need to be consistent every single day. It is, you show up and it lands like so hard. And honestly, that creates so much curiosity and so much like anticipation in your marketing, because people are like, I don't know when she's going to show up, but when she does, it always is like chef's kiss. Amazing, right? But you can't do that if you're forcing yourself to show up every single day, right? Now, the defined throat, their shadow is very tied to the channel that connects to their throat. So if you're colored in your throat center, which is the third one down, if you are defined and colored in there, there's a channel to another center. It could be one channel, it could be multiple channels, it could be multiple centers, right? And the more channels that you have to your throat, the bigger, the bolder energy you have. And that also can be a bit of a shadow, right? Maybe as a kid, you grew up and people were like, stop talking. I don't want to hear what you have to say. God, do you ever stop talking? Things like that, right? And you get conditioned to feel like your bigness, your voice is too much for people. So you want to tone it down. I am here to tell you that that is your gift. That is your biggest, boldest magnetic point within your chart. So when you're looking at your chart, if you're a defined throat, what are the channel or channels going to your throat? What are the shadow and the look or expression of it, right? Maybe you are storytelling. There are a couple different storytelling channels that love to share from experience and story and emotion, right? And then there are channels that are about leadership. There are channels about enthusiasm and mastery. There are channels that are just in the present moment and it just comes out when it comes out, and trusting that. That is such a powerful way to look at your voice. What if you trusted the words that were coming out of your mouth? How does that shift your thoughts around, how do I write? How do I write a sales space? How do I write a post? How do I get people to understand what I do? What if you just trusted that when you show up and you are coming from your authentic self, that's enough? Kind of like edgy, isn't it? A little provocative. My energy is all about provoking you, getting you to recalibrate to what is actually your truth, your most magnetic message. So when the defined throat is in their lower expression, when they're coming from shadow, they're trying to show up in a way that someone said was successful. Both undefined and defined do this, but especially the defined throat. They're like, well, someone said storytelling is the way to be, but you don't have any storytelling gates in your chart. It's going to be really hard to share a story. It's going to feel inauthentic. It's going to feel like a wool sweater in the summer. It's not in your chart. Yes, you can tap into that energy occasionally if the transits line, if you're around someone specific that helps connect those things for you, but it's not something that comes naturally. And the more that we give ourselves the space to go, that's okay. It doesn't come naturally to me. Doesn't mean that I can't learn. Doesn't mean that I can't occasionally fall into it. That's fine. But it's not my voice. I have the 1648, and that's my only channel. Storytelling comes through sometimes. Again, it depends on the transits. Depends on who I'm with. But that's not ultimately how I like to share. I like to show up from the 1648 enthusiasm and what I've mastered, what I've embodied, what I know to be true, especially with my Mercury Gate 12 being the channel and just showing up and talking. But I get in my own way when I am trying to convey something, when I feel like I have to contrive the message so that people understand. It's not how people understand, and it will push people away because they can feel it. We know our subconscious connects to energy, right? It connects to the whole infinite universal field. And so when someone is in their shadow, is not fully embodied, that's what we feel. Whether the words are great or not, the words can be so spot on. They're like, God, this makes so much sense to join, but I don't know why I don't want to. There's an energetic mismatch between the words and your energy. But, and this is the most fabulous thing about this, is when we understand our human design, which if you want to understand yours better, I do have a custom report. I'll put the link below. You can get that report. It's going to break down your human design and how to use the different parts and pieces in your messaging so that your message can be your most authentic self. It'll show you where you've been playing from shadow and where you've been trying and convincing people instead of just showing up as your authentic self. But when we understand our human design, we can cut out that middleman of feeling like, am I doing this right? Do I need to follow the guru? Do I need to follow what everyone else says? Like, the online space is so effing noisy in terms of like everyone spewing what they think when honestly it was just what worked for them and their energy. It's why when you download those templates that they're kind of like, yeah, they're good. They make me sound really good, but it doesn't actually translate to clients and your business growing. Same with using AI. Like you can put something in AI, and unless you've trained it specifically to your energy, it sounds really, really good, but it doesn't convert. It doesn't actually translate to your business growing and clients because it's an energetic mismatch. This is the heart of what I teach, is that you have to energetically connect with your message. And if you're in this place of, I just don't even know what my message is anymore, I feel completely lost on how I actually articulate my work. And the funny thing is, so many clients come to me and they're like, I am so good in a session. I know exactly how to connect with people when we're talking face to face. I am so good at getting them results, but translating that to a website, a sales page, content feels like a massive disconnect. I have no freaking clue how to do it. And I feel like I'm shouting into the void and struggling. And this is why, is because when you're in that session, you are in your authentic self. You know to show up. You know you can get results. You are in your authentic self. So it feels so good. Now you just have to do that online. Quit listening to all of the freaking advice and come back to who you are. Come back to your authentic self and understand what your throat is designed to do. That's it. That's what you got to do. If you liked this, I've got another video somewhere it's going to point to. Stick around, subscribe. I am just getting warmed up with this, and I am so excited that you're here.